Welcome in, and thanks so much for joining me. So, in this episode, I'm going to guide a practice on inner curiosity. So, in my content, both on YouTube and my podcast, I talk a lot about working with curiosity as a motivation, as a practice, as a way to cultivate mindful awareness so we can become more curious about our experience and understand what's serving us and what's not serving us, right? So hopefully we can find more of what's serving us and remove what's not serving us through more curiosity. I also find curiosity such a beneficial approach when approaching learning and understanding traditional Buddhism, as well as reflecting and meditating on it, because often we can build up expectation as we learn the Dharma. We can also build up pressure of like what we should be experiencing or getting as opposed to how things are, and working slowly, step by step on the path, right? So I'm much more of a fan of process-oriented Dharma practice and meditation practice, and I found curiosity to be one of the main tools of how I work with my process. One of the last things I'll say on curiosity is I think it's a very compassionate way to be with oneself. As an example, if we have a disturbing emotion that we're feeling aversion to or resistance towards, being curious about that emotion, being curious about that experience, can be a really compassionate way to work with it because we're taking away the judgment. Often for me, curiosity takes the judgment out. It just sort of right away, it's not about judgment. It's about using mindful awareness to explore my mind, body, emotions, etc., and understand what's serving me, what's not serving me. So with that said, go ahead and find a seat for meditation for about, 10-minute meditation. We'll keep it somewhat short today. And just find yourself with a spine that's loosely straight, just the body relaxed yet alert. And you're welcome to close your eyes, keep them open, whatever works well for you. And we're going to start by just cultivating presence through the breath and body. So here you can bring attention to the feeling of the breath as it passes in and out of the tip of the nose, or the feeling of the abdomen, chest expanding and contracting on the inhalation and exhalation. Or if you prefer, you can also just feel the weight of your body in the seat or the feeling of your feet connected to the ground below you. And so as we start to bring presence to the breath and body, what might it look like to bring curiosity towards the breath and body? And again, here the kind of curiosity I'm going to recommend is not so much intellectual curiosity. That's fine too at some points. But here's the curiosity of how we poise awareness. So what is awareness? It's this quality of mind that can bear witness, that can become watchful or observe our experience. So as you sense the breath, as you pay attention to the breath, awareness is right there. It's the quality of mind that's aware you're breathing. So just center that for a moment. Great. So curiosity here is more the intention behind how or why we're using awareness in the moment. So again, it's okay if you need to think that out for a moment, what that might look like. But I recommend more or less forming a sense of curiosity as a way of being. Just sort of like, okay, what if I'm curious about my breath as opposed to, hyper focusing in on it and trying to be with every second of the breath. Just see if you can shift into that sense of curiosity, or maybe another way to think of it is sort of exploration of the breath. And you're exploring it through being present and through being aware of it. Great. So you can continue to stay with that if that works well for you. But if you'd like to continue with me, we're now going to take that awareness, that sense of observation or watchfulness of mind, and we're going to apply it to being curious about the rest of the body. The breath is happening in the body, but now just being mindful of feet, sensation of feet on the floor, the weight of your body in the seat, other sensations within the body, the movement of energy. For instance, is our energy sort of excited or up, or is it more down and a little bit sleepy? And again, applying curiosity here, you don't have to think about it. We also don't need to label what that is necessarily. The curiosity and awareness knows what's happening. And the curiosity more forms our way of being. It's not really that important what we see or get or understand at this point. It's more the spirit of curiosity and exploration itself. See how that shifts the meditation for you. For me in particular, if I'm experiencing a little bit of anxiety, stress, maybe the espresso I had was a little too strong. I'm just being curious towards that sensation or feeling, just as an example. And what I notice is I don't have to fix it. I don't have to change it. So the next question comes in here, which is, can I be present with it? Can I allow my sensations, emotions, moods, energies in my body, can I allow them to arise, abide, and fall? And can I be present and curious towards that experience? Again, curious more as a way of being here, not necessarily as an intellectual exercise of figuring things out, right? We're not figuring out our anxiety. We're just noticing it, we're aware of it, and we're being with it in a curious way. And at any point, you can go back to the breath. This would be kind of the second step of the practice, which for me serves me a lot throughout my day. It's being with my reactions, being with my sensations, emotions. And the curious mind is not the mind that needs to solve, figure out, fix, or change. Or seeks to see and be with. So if you're new to this kind of practice, bearing witness through curiosity, exploration to emotions, moods, sensations, or energies moving throughout the body, it's okay to keep it short, because sometimes we get hooked into those sensations and energies and emotions and we perpetuate them, right? So this is learning not to perpetuate, but also not to reject. So doing that, practicing that in short moments can be really helpful. So in this case, If you want to do a little bit longer, you can pause the video or audio, go a little bit longer, but we'll just keep it short and we'll come back to the breath now. Just again, attention to breath, the feeling or sensation of the breath at the tip of the nose as that passes in and out of the nose, or the feeling of the chest, abdomen expanding and contracting. Again, just bringing a gentle curiosity even towards that, which is usually simpler. There's less going on than our emotions or energies or moods. Just coming back to being with the breath and the body. And just before we close our practice, just letting even attention to breath and body go, and just being for a few moments. Just letting everything be as it is. Okay. So thanks so much for joining me for this practice. This is one way I apply what I call inner curiosity. Though there's many ways to apply curiosity in meditation practice, as well as, of course, there's curiosity aimed at examining a certain thing in our life where we consciously would use thinking or reflection. We use that a lot in Buddhist practice. But here I just wanted to guide something through awareness. And often, for me, just using the raw awareness, that quality of mind that we can cultivate in meditation, and using it with a motivation of curiosity often helps to land me in a more compassionate space with my experience and with, others around me. And I learn. So thanks so much for joining me, and wishing you all the best.